Yo, what's up YouTube? It's your boy RJ back at you again for another video. Alright y'all, so we got do you need a main in Marvel Rivals by Just Explosions? Alright y'all, so let's go and hop into it. You already know the vibes. Leave a like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff if you have not done so already. So yeah, let's get straight into it.
So many people I know excel at 1 to 2 characters. Because of this, they're so good at playing those characters. But you see, I like to play everyone. I've like half the roster knighted, and I'm one of 2 people in my friend group without a lorded character. And this was fine for a while. I was a quick play only character. I was casual, I was chill.
For sure.
I was very much like, play whatever you want. Just don't be an asshole and pick a 4th DPS. But everyone in my friend group started to lock in. Like, I used to be, I considered myself one of the best in our group. And then everyone started excelling past me. And we started locking in. And we started, like, thinking about team comps. And we started playing competitive. And I started to feel like the weak link. I don't have the insane plays my friends were having, but when someone was hard countering us, I was able to counter swap and play better than my friends who had to counter swap and didn't know the character they had to play. Like, I could switch Namor easy if we were getting super duper dove. So, which is better? A jack of all trades is a master of none, but oftentimes better than a master of one. Okay. That's usually what I told myself. And I asked my friends, and this is what they said. My friend, Dark Fortune, who is a previous top 500 Wanda player, said, diversify. Flex is so important in Rivals, especially with the epidemic of insta-lock DPS. It's so important to be able to play multiple characters in every category.
For sure.
My friend Hunter, who's one of the best Vanguard players I know, said, I think it's important to diversify in at least one of every role. That way you can both be able to swap to them if needed, but also understand their role in combat and be a better team player as well as fighter. And then the top 500 Wanda player said, you need to have a main in every category, but be able...
Yes, exactly. I do agree with that. I do believe you should have a main in every single category as the main player. Like a main character, you play in every role, but at the same time diversify with different characters. Like if you're like, let's say you're an Invisible Woman main, like learn how to play Gambit, learn how to play Mantis, learn how to play Ultron, learn how to play Loki. If you're I'm gonna just spit somebody out. If you're a Star-Lord main, it's cool. Learn how to play Bucky, learn how to play Wanda, learn how to play Fiend, learn how to play Storm, learn how to play Namor, learn how to play Moon Knight, something like that. Same thing with the Thing role. If you're a Thing one trick, learn how to play Mag, learn how to play Groot, Angela, Emma, all them, Deadpool. And then to me, Deadpool is a good way to start because Deadpool is all 3 roles. If you are a DPS main but you want to get into learning other roles, I say learn Deadpool because Deadpool is all 3. Start off with like the tank and see how that feels. Then your normal way of playing, go to DPS Deadpool if you haven't already. But then if it's a role that you haven't really played, like support, go to support Deadpool and see how to play him. Learn how to use his guns to heal, things like that.
Able to play at least one other in each category. I've been screwed when someone took my Cloak and Dagger, Wanda, and Emma. I'll get to that last message in another section. But on my Discord, Emerald Sword said, tanks and healers are lacking, so it might be wise to know how to switch up your style depending on the situation. Exactly. So yeah, one thing that was kind of brought up a little bit is nobody wants to fucking play Vanguard and sometimes Strategist. Everyone wants to learn DPS and have a DPS main. But when that happens, if you can't play DPS, you're either fucking someone else over or you're fucked. And it's kind of annoying. So being able to flex that, even in quick play, is so important. So everyone can have fun and have a good round. And especially if you're a more casual player, it's good to have more heroes because if you're getting super duper hard countered, you're not going to have fun. You're not going to win the match. So being able to flex into something that isn't getting pummeled is really helpful. Especially when it comes to, you know, like the brawl, poke, sustain, dive, rock, paper, scissors kind of thing. It's really good to have multiple people so you can juggle that. So you aren't going dive into brawl and all of that. So you aren't throwing. And that is what I told myself. But once we started climbing in comp, my wink-linkness really started to show. Especially since I never play DPS. I'm a flex, which means I play Vanguard and Strategist every 10 games. But in comp, people are locking Vanguard and Strategist. And whenever I play Duelist, I always choose someone different for fun. I want to have fun, so I'm always learning something new. I like never have a game where I play a DPS twice in a row. So I've got a few Wanda, Storm, Starlord, Moon Knight, and Namor MVPs under my belt. Probably Squirrel Girl too, and some other DPS.
Yeah, most definitely. I definitely do agree with that. You definitely should have a flex player. Like, you definitely should be a flex player.
I'm kind of like mid at all of them. Especially in comp, I feel like I'd forgotten how to play Duelist. For a while, I told myself I could flex into any situation, and it made me valuable, but since I didn't practice on any one Duelist very much, I could only do a lot of destruction with Wanda, and she doesn't work for everything. I felt like I had a primary Vanguard and Strategist, that being Emma, an Invisible Woman. Like, I don't just stick to those guys, I also struggle with sticking to a main with those, but Duelist was my main issue. I needed to get a Duelist main so I could keep up with my friends. I fear not the man who has practiced 10,000 kicks once, but I fear the man that has practiced one kick 10,000 times. Bruce Lee said that, apparently. It's really hard to find a source, but it was verified by the Bruce Lee Foundation. So, you remember how I talked about asking my friends for responses? Well, that one I was gonna get back to, that was my boyfriend, who is such an insane player. Like, if he played comp, he would probably be able to get to Celestial easy. Yeah, like, he has less hours than me, and I think literally 10 times the MVPs. And he said, I only play Mr. Fantastic and Adam Warlock. If I'm losing, it's not my character, I just need to lock the fuck in. Which for most people is untrue, but it works for him. And then we have friend of the channel, Ezekiel Ithalis, who is a 2 times Eternity Strategist player, a 2 times top 200 player, and also the #1 DPS Luna. You might have seen his short. He said, flexibility is important, but it means nothing if you're mid at all of them. If you want to climb, you have to play at the level you want to be at. If you manage that for 10 characters, cool. If not, focus on doing a few things really well. So, yeah, I wanted to become really good at someone. I needed a main. And at first I decided Namor and Moon Knight, both very versatile and handy, plus days I can't aim, I don't have to. I told myself I was going to play mostly Moon Knight, sometimes Namor, until at least Centurion. I queued quick match, and I ended up picking up Rogue and Hela. I didn't want to play just Moon Knight, it seemed boring. But then something odd happened.
Another soul to join my legions. A trice, a trisket. As expected.
I can't lie, Hela is really good, and I really want to learn Hela, but Hela, it takes a lot of aiming, and I just gotta keep practicing.
When I played Overwatch, I was also a jack of all trades, but Widowmaker was the one I always wanted to play but never could. I've always loved the sexy sniper archetype, and they're usually the mains I want but could never have. I did the same thing in Team Fortress. And I thought Black Widow filled that role in Rivals, so I gave up on that archetype because she kinda sucks. But Hela scratched that itch. And I was good at her. I hadn't touched her because I thought I would suck. But a little bit of aim warm up and I was getting the most kills in every lobby. I found my main! And now when I have to play DPS, I can keep up with everyone else. Unless I was being countered to high hell by 3 dive DPS. Yeah, I'm okay at getting away. But at that point, I'm just throwing my staying her. I just picked her up. A Spider-Man main isn't going to be great against a Brawl comp. And a Thing isn't going to be great against a Poke comp. Plus, your main might get picked first by someone else. So, yeah, just like all my video essays, I've trapped you into this community's worst fear. Nuance. I kept trying to do an evil laugh here, but it just kept peeking the fuck out of my mic. But yeah, I have ADHD. My dopamine receptors would wither and die if I only played Emma, Hela, and Sue every game. If you want to play comp, you should know how to play at least 2 characters from each role anyway, because different comps need different things. Main tanks, off tanks, main healers, off healers, someone to protect your supports, someone to destroy enemy supports, 5 tanks, and a rocket. 1 kick done really well is fantastic, but maybe I'm too small and fast to land that kick on. What I've decided for myself is I'm gonna Lord Invisible Woman, then Emma, and then Hela, unless I find a different DPS I want instead. But in my back pocket, I'm gonna have a poke tank, I'm gonna have a dive tank, plus an off brawl tank and an off poke tank, because that's what's most fun for me, and it's useful. I know how to play every strategist and how to play them well, so when the comp needs it, I can swing anything. And yeah, I'm gonna use Namor sometimes for Brawl. I'm gonna play Moon Knight on days I can't aim. If my team can't get enough damage, I can pull out Storm. If we need a diver, I can manage Psylocke. Will this work for everyone? No, it barely works for me. But it's what I found to be the most effective and fun for me. So what's the point of this video? I'm just not telling you about me, but hopefully I can give you some advice if you're having a similar struggle. Experiment. Try that character you think you won't like or won't be good at. If you can't decide on a main, look elsewhere until you find that sweet spot. Maybe they'll drop eventually if you've tried them all and you just can't find it, but maybe try someone again. And if you play one character and one character only and want to climb, experiment. Learn Vanguard. It's hard at first, but it gets really fun. Penny and Venom are great gateways. So, do you need a main in Marvel Rivals? Yeah, probably. But you don't have to just play them. Heck, you shouldn't just play them. Alright friends, thank you so much for watching. This video was a lot of fun to make. So if you enjoyed it, please like, subscribe, do all the cool algorithm things, because I'm trying to make this my job and I want to make more cool videos.
Exactly, I feel the same way. If you really liked her videos and if you love the point she was making, definitely subscribe. And same with me. If you like the fact that I reacted to this type of video, please leave a like, comment, subscribe. It would greatly help me out. I would love, also just like her, I would love to make this my job and bring you guys more videos on a more consistent basis. But with that being said, hope you guys enjoyed. Like I said, leave a like if you did enjoy this video. Comment down below what you would like to see me react to next, and leave your thoughts and opinions on this video, and subscribe to my channel if you have not done so already. And it's been your boy RJ, and I will catch you guys in the next video. Peace.